You made the heavens and earth, and I'm not in the poverty. Surely my prayers, my sacrifices, my life, and my death, all for Allah, Lord of the worlds. No associate has he, this I'm commanding, I'm of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. There is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I'm thy servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I do confess my faults. Please grant protection against my faults, but none grants protection against fault. Guide me to the best of morals, none guides to the best of morals but thee, and turn away from me the evil and indecent ones, but none can turn away from me the evil, decent ones. Or I'll make my own success, and make the true and righteous followers of my own success, as thou to make Abraham and the true righteous followers of Abraham's success. Surely thou praise and magnify. And all I bless Muhammad, bless the true and righteous followers of Muhammad, as thou to bless Abraham and the true righteous followers of Abraham. Surely thou art praised and magnified in our midst. I mean,
I mean, I want to thank y'all for coming on to the study cipher, um, hosted by the God Tribe and the MicGod. We're gonna make this here every Tuesday night at 6:30. Um, we'll be coming on. What the study cipher is about is trying to get people who are not familiar with the nation or interested in what the nation does to where we can kind of give them some pointers, resources, and where to find things. I chose to call it the study cipher because if you know, a cipher is like zero, and when you look at the zero or you look at it, um, a cipher could be a zero, which is nothing, or it could be a circle, which is 360 degrees. So a study cipher represents 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding because you can't have one without the other. So you have to deal with the cipher. So in your personal life, what you got going on in your personal life, that's your cipher. That's your way of life. That's your circle. So whatever you got going on in your life when it comes to your cipher. So if I ask you, uh, Brother Dion, how's your day going? What's your cipher like? You'll tell me what, my family good, good at the job, I'm good here and I'm good there. And so with that reality, a study cipher is almost like it's a study circle, but in this study cipher, you'll be able to get resources. If you don't we don't have the answer on the Zoom, we'll get the answer. You come back or you contact us and we'll make sure we get the answer. We just had someone new to come on, Sister Angela out of Charlotte. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Angela. I don't see a mic on, but maybe she'll come on with a mic. So to start it off, I want to share.
is she muted?
Let me see, because I don't think she's actually muted.
She's connecting.
Oh, it's connected. So I let her get and we go from there. It'll catch up. But and with the study cipher, if I'm hosting it, but everybody has a say so in the study cipher. Because I don't know it all. And I'm on here to learn too. I'm on here to study along with everybody, even though I'm hosting it. And so I might be asking some questions to get answers that I need. And so definitely don't think I'm gonna be on here doing some great teaching like I'm at a roster. Anything. Nah, I'm trying to learn just as well as anybody else. So let me present this. Can y'all see the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are dealing with the teachings of Master Farah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The key resources or the key thing that we'll be studying from are the books by them, A Message to the Black Man, Our Savior Has Arrived, Fall of America, How to Eat to Live, Book 1 and 2, The Restricted Laws, and the Study Guides, 1 through 18, where there's more, but for the sake of this here, the books that we got is 1 through 18. And so the purpose of us studying this material is to help us connect to God within ourselves. So we are studying and becoming students in order to grow and develop into our higher God self. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan was teaching one day, and Brother Jabril Muhammad, who was doing the Farrakhan the Traveler, may Allah be pleased with his life, stated this when he was dealing with him. I'm gonna have to move it over. Hold on. Back up. Y'all bear with your brother.
Yes, sir. Take your time.
Okay. He said at one point, Sister Aki August spoke of you. He's talking to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan as a fast learner. So, Brother Minister, what makes for an effective student? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, I would say that the first thing is the desire to know what one does not know. Then the humbleness of heart and the mind to accept instructions, and more importantly, to accept critical analysis of whatever the person, student, is doing and desire to improve, and that he or she, student, may move a step closer to perfection. Brother Jabril then asks, how important are the qualities of humility and patience in relation to the quality and the speed of a student's learning? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, humility is the greatest of the characteristics of any student. One may have the desire, but the desire will soon dissipate if the student is not humble enough to recognize his or her need for more and more instructions, and that which the student intends to perfect or prosper in. So in the supreme wisdom lessons that we get from Master Farah Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in the instructions, we are told the student must study his assignment, lesson number 1. So we are called students. Then coming into the Nation of Islam, we have what is called a student enrollment. So when you start hearing the language of the Nation of Islam, someone that's in the label's position, they are the student coordinator, the student recorder, the student FOI coordinator, or the student minister. So we're all considered students in the classroom. When we deal with Jesus of the Bible, he had what is called disciples. And they were disciples because they were being disciplined. And they were students or pupils of Jesus. So even Jesus had students. And so therefore, we are students in the classroom of God. Anybody have any questions thus far?
No, sir.
Okay. So within what we got going on, if you want to introduce yourself, because everybody might not know everybody, if you want to introduce yourself, the floor is open for you to introduce yourself.
And somebody see me?
Yes, sir. They can.
Yes, sir.
My name is Brother Jesse Muhammad. I'm in Florence, but I reside at Businessville Study Circle. Just want to say assalamu alaikum to everyone. Glad to be here.
Walaikum salam. Yes, sir.
My name is Sister Michelle Muhammad. I'm Brother Jesse's wife, and we live in Florence, but we attend study group in Venice.
And more praise to the Allah. Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
My name is Sister Angela. I'm from Maxton, but I'm living in Charlotte now. From time to time, I attend Mox 36. It's good to see everyone. Good to see you this evening.
Praise to the Allah. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Anyone else? I see Brother Chad just came on. Brother Chad, we just introducing ourselves to each other.
I don't know, Brother Chad. Who is that?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, Brother Chad. Was I supposed to say something else, Brother Mike?
Well, you were introducing yourself, so if that's or you want to
Assalamu
manifest.
alaikum, Brother Chad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ain't too much about me.
Yes, sir. All praise to
A
Allah.
pleasure to meet you, Brother Chad.
Yes, sir, brother.
Okay. Reason for a study cipher. Everyone has their own individual reason why they feel they should study and what they should study. I myself felt a study cipher will be good for those who are not, especially on a Zoom, who are not able to make it out to a Sunday meeting, a Friday night meeting, or a Wednesday meeting, but they still are able to get with believers and family and friends and actually study or learn how to get what they need to study and what directions they need to go. As we study the study guides, self-improvement, everybody can't make it out Friday night. So we can come on the study cipher and kind of give a summary of what took place in the class Friday night. Everyone should be able to get on Sunday if they're not able to make it to their local mosque or anything and go in and rewatch it on the website. See the brothers trying to get in. Brother Brian. So if anybody want to speak on the reason why they think a study cipher is good for our people or for themselves, the floor is open.
Everybody see me?
Everybody sees
Oh.
you.
It's a good thing, brother, that you're doing because knowledge is never limited. It's abundance of resources in everybody. So whenever you can come together and have a cipher to study the minds of one another and our society is a blessing because everybody don't have the insight to want to come together because a lot of times if you think you become selfish with the information that God has given you. So when you set up a platform like this to express what God has given, that's a beautiful thing, brother. I just wanted to let you and everybody know it's a beautiful thing.
All praise due to Allah.
I would
Yes,
also
ma'am.
like to say that, we are all at different stages of development in our worship. And so because we are all at different stages, we all have different perspectives to offer.
Right.
So there may be something that I see, maybe Sister Kalila doesn't, or there's something Sister Kalila sees in the teacher Angela doesn't. And
Right.
the same with the brothers. And so it's important that we recognize that everybody's view has value and we can all take something from each other to help enhance our life and enhance our knowledge. And I think it was very key about humility. The minister was talking about, first you have to recognize that you don't know, but also you
Right.
have to have humility in order to receive teaching. And sometimes, you know, you've heard the saying, if Jesus don't say it, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, but it works through men and women. And
Right.
so someone can come along with some knowledge that you may look at them like, man, that's a bum. They can't tell me nothing. Yeah, but they're being used, by Allah. So, it's just important, just to keep in mind that all of us have, whether big or small, everybody has something to offer. And, listen and take what you can from it and, use that to enhance your life. So this is good. We have different perspectives, different levels of knowledge. So forward.
Yes, ma'am. All praise to Allah. Anyone else?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Salam.
Hi. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sister Kalila. I'm Brother Michael's wife.
And Brother
I just
Jesse,
want to
little
say,
sister.
and Brother Jesse's little sister. So I think it's important to have study circles or ciphers or just places that we feel safe where we can talk with other like-minded people. Um, But also, when we have health issues, everybody may not be able to come out to a building. They may not have transportation. They may be sick, they may be contagious. A lot of things. They may be have a fear of being around like crowds and stuff like that, but they still want and need to have the teachings and stuff. So I think on that aspect, um, because technology is, you know, so available now, I just think it's important. It's a good thing that we do these, however many days that we're able to do it, because sometimes we can't be there on Tuesdays or we can't be there on Thursdays or Saturdays, or we have to work and stuff, but we can always have that earpiece in and still be able to get the knowledge, even if we can't speak on it at times.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all I'm gonna
Yes, all praise to Allah. Anyone else? And this is a platform to where if you got a question in your mind, ask it. So we might have qualified people online on the Zoom that can answer that. Uh, you know how it happens. You get off the Zoom, you be like, dang, I should have asked that question. Or I should have said this. So at any time during um the cipher, a question come to your mind, just let us know. But one thing I wanted to touch on, because a lot of times when we get together to study, you have this thing, it's called conformity through perception. And what conformity through perception is, let's say if everybody agree with something and that thing that they agree with might not be right. Somebody that knows is not right will go along to get along. So during our studying, if you feel that something ain't right, speak up, because they did a test in 1951. Solomon Ash did a conformity test experiment, and they had like 4 or 5 people that was in on the experiment, but they had one guy that didn't have no idea. And so when they did the test, that guy was right, but because everybody else had chose the wrong answer, he didn't speak up. He chose to answer the way they answered. And we don't want that on the Zoom. We definitely don't want it when you're out in society conforming for the sake of go along to get along. And so as students, it takes place in the classroom.
Mhm.
Our children especially, they don't want to peer pressure. They don't want none of that as students. And guess what? Those same children that do it in school, they grow up to be grown-ups doing the same thing,
Right.
you know? And so we want to deal with all those type of realities. Some people might be good at studying, but when it's time to remember or recite something or do something, it goes out. Yes, Sister Michelle, or you just,
Paul said, that's me.
you know?
That's me sometimes.
And that's why, like, we can learn the prayer, but as soon as somebody say, do the prayer, you go blank. And so that's a psychological thing. It ain't that you don't know it, but just getting called out can cause you to go blank. I think Sis Kalita, what did you be saying? You be like is it brain fog or I think that's what she be calling it. I had a brain fog. So
Yeah, I think something like that. Because you do know it, but when you're trying, and sometimes when you're just trying to recall it, you really can't.
yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sis. Um, anybody else, if you wanna something you wanna say as far as when it comes to you studying, um, how in your everyday life when you study, you might study by yourself, you might study with somebody over the phone. When you are studying, what is your uh process when you study? What do you do when you study? Do you have? I know sometimes when we go to study groups, nobody got no highlight, nothing. You know, bro Jesse, yes sir.
I have a comment on correcting. We should always correct in the spirit of love
Yes sir.
because a lot of times if people don't feel you agree with me, then when you say something and you may have one of them fog things that little sisters talk, somebody may correct you, but they may correct you in the spirit of, yeah, I'm gonna embarrass him. Yeah, think you know everything. I'm gonna expose him. That's not
Right.
the spirit of love. We correct in the spirit of love out of helping one another and helping ourselves because maybe the truth that the person got, who's to say it's not the truth?
Yes
Minister
sir.
Farrakhan said one day, if your mother told you 6 and 1 is 7, mine told me 4 and 3 is 7. Somebody said 7 and 0 is 7, and we all get to argue because we all have faith in our mother. But because we're arguing and there's no love involved, it's to prove to the other person, I'm right and you wrong. And so they never had the knowledge and understanding in the spirit of love to know we all saying the same thing. So we want to correct in the spirit of love and invite the correction with the spirit of love because if not, we should all want to be a better version of ourselves. If I make a mistake and if you don't correct me, I'm gonna have a problem with you. That means you don't care
Yes
about
sir.
me. You're just gonna let me be out of pocket. And I want you, help me out. I want to be better. I don't want to be because if I'm saying it wrong now, then I may say it wrong in the street and I burns the whole damn nation.
I must care.
Right.
Mm?
Mm.
I said, I must care about you
You don't
all.
do it in the right spirit. No.
Y'all funny. And one thing, like Brother Jesse say, is how we communicate when we are studying with each other or when we're studying ourselves. Um, there's rules to communication. You got verbal content with words. They say in communication, 7% is words,
Mhm.
38% is tone of voice. So I'll give an example. If Sister Kalita say, Brother Mike, I love you. And I go, I love you too. That tonality, she can be like, why you say it like that? You didn't say it.
Right.
So no matter I said the 7%, I said the words, but the tone outweighed what I said. And then you have nonverbal communication, which is 55%. That's body language, facial expression. And so when we could be studying and you might not agree with something, you might not say it, but that body language be like, oh, okay. And I know I was speaking from the rostrum one night and some young brothers was in and they had been just laid back in their seat. But when I started talking on in a certain area, they set up and slid up to the, so I said, oh, they into it now. So I need to stay here. I need to stay in this pocket on this subject because they're interested in this. And so that nonverbal communication is key. Even when we are communicating with each other, like Brother just say, do it out of love. Because in the nation, it say no mistakes exist among the laborers, and we're all laborers. Yeah, we have the laborers who have positions within the mosque, study group, and study circles, but we're all laborers in the Nation of Islam. And so no mistakes exist among the laborers. That doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. That doesn't mean that mistakes won't take place. So when you make a mistake, even you correcting it right then, that mistake does not exist anymore. And so if I make a mistake and then you correct me, if I get upset, that means the problem is me. The problem is not the person that corrects you. The problem is how you respond to correction.
Well, I got a correction for you, brother.
Yes, sir.
You said little sis said I love you, and then you said you love her back, but you didn't say I love you, cutie pie. That would have resolved the fact.
I know
Yes,
you
sir.
did.
Yes, I did say it. Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
did.
All praises due to Allah.
Yeah.
I know you did.
Woo. Look, see how I now gotta he
But I
corrected
did it out of
he
love.
did it out of love, so I accept it. All praise due to
Yeah.
Allah. So Sister Khalid, I love you too, cutie pie.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Brother Jesse. Brother Jesse.
Young man.
My thing is on mute.
Right, yeah.
Okay, but you hear me. You may
Oh,
not be
okay. I
talking,
hear
but you
you.
hear me. Uh-huh. So wait till
Yeah.
Thursday and Saturday. Keep it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do have a comment about the nonverbal and the tone. I remember being in nursing school and they were, talking about the tone and answer call bell when you answer the phone. And yes, sometimes you get aggravated, you got things in your mind, and you just may not be having a good day. But one thing I learned is if you smile and talk at the same time, you can't be angry. It can't come out as you're aggravated or you don't want to deal with the person. And that's something that I've always learned and tried to practice that, okay, if you're having a bad day, if somebody, is on the call bell or they're on the phone, even though I'm not having a bad day, if I smile and talk at the same time, my frustration doesn't come off. Like, just try it one day. Try to be mad, don't smile, and say what you want to say. I tell you, you can't. It's not going to come out in an angry.
All praise due to Allah. And then when it comes to studying, what is a proper way for you to study? And what mindset should we go in when we're studying? Because if we're not studying with a purpose or an intent, then we could just be reading and just reading words because we're not studying with a purpose. So one of the proper ways of studying is to have an intent. When you grab the book, when you grab something, what is your purpose for studying? And how do you study? So everybody has to say, okay, Am I studying properly? Is there preparation for me studying? So I knew I had to teach this class tonight, so I got up studying all day and writing stuff down, looking up stuff, definitions. Okay, I might not use all of it, but my mom always taught us it's better to have it and not need it
Right.
than to need it and not have it. So when you're studying, how do you prepare for study? Do you have your highlight? Do you have pen, paper? Do you know which direction you're going in when you're studying? And we can learn all of this in the study cipher. Anybody want to talk about how they prepare to study? Yeah, Brother Jesse?
I have to prepare because I can't see. So I had to make an adjustment on how I pray. And the first thing I do is I actually pray and ask Allah to give me guidance because I can't see, I have to be guided on what I hear. I have to be guided on feeling in which I'm listening of. So I have to be very particular and I have to rely on Allah that He will protect me because everything that I hear now, I have to put it in my memory bank. I can't go back and say, well, let me flip the page and go back and see what I wrote down because I can't write no more because I can't see. So that's uh, my strategy now is pray
Yes, sir.
and to use what's those senses things? Uh, the senses like ear, smell, touch. I have to
Right.
use those senses now to study. But I have to be able to touch human lives now. And you have mentioned humbleness. Now I'm more humble in a way. I rely on whoever I'm talking to give me a feedback on my life. Like, did I do good? Am I doing good? I'm relying on you to help me because I can't see myself the way I used to see. That's my comment.
Yes, sir. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
I would just say for me, I have to be able want to read the material because if I don't desire to learn, I'm gonna go to sleep. That's it. I'll get
Right.
tired and I'm going to sleep. So I think for me, the desire to want to know more is very helpful. And then also to understand what I'm reading, especially if it's a word or something that I don't understand, I have to stop and look it up because if I continue going, so like if I'm reading and then there's a word that I don't know, but instead trying to get an understanding of this word, I just skip it, keep on reading, and everything else is different.
Right.
So I'm just going through the motion and then I lose interest, I get sleepy, and I close the book and that's it. So I have learned that a dictionary, I have to have that available because if what in Dianetics they call it a skip reading, where you just skipping over things.
Right.
It's like instead of getting a clear understanding of what you're reading, like you're trying to skip that part to go to the next level, and you really can't, and you're going to be lost. So
Mm.
for me, I have to be able. Sometimes that means I have to, more than one time. I may have to read the sentence or two or three times to make sure I go to the next portion. It'll make sense.
Yes, ma'am. Anyone else? I don't want nobody to be like, well, you
Well,
know, Alexa La.
for me with studying, I do best in a room to myself, like quiet because everything else would kind of like distract me. And I have to literally like immerse myself into the study like it's a story. Like I have to put myself in there. So if it's the minister talking, it's like he's talking to me. Or if like how to eat the liver, whatever the subject is, no matter what it is, I have to put myself in it. So I'm like almost like acting it out or whatever, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to recall what it is putting myself in that place.
Yes, ma'am. And another part of preparation is remove distractions. Sometimes we think we studying. Well, let me say me. I may have YouTube up on the projector and I'm reading and I'm getting glazing up at the YouTube video. Then I come back and read. Then I glaze up. Then I glaze up and I glaze up. Then I say, well, I'll finish reading this later.
Right.
Uh, because it becomes a distraction. It's become noise, and so now we have to put in a put ourselves in the mindset that I need to set aside a time for study. Sometimes we don't even set aside a time that this is time for me to study. Between this time, I'm not going to get distraction. I'm talking to myself, y'all. So, uh,
Huh?
I gotta turn the notifications off on the phone. I gotta because I need to study. And then if I get tired of studying, to take a break. And taking a break ain't like get up and start doing something else because you might not come back to study. Taking a break is relaxing, inhale, and just taking a moment and then get back into studying. Because once you get up to do something else, calling yourself taking a break. Um, One of my daughters, when she was going to college, and she was like, Daddy, I'm gonna sit out this semester. I said, You done? Dad, I'm just taking a break. You done? Because I don't know nobody to take a break and actually go back.
I think I disagree.
I said I didn't know nobody, but maybe you could correct me. Thank you. Go ahead. Talk to me, brother.
It's a brother on this call who did that, but
Yes, sir.
I'm back in school now.
Oh,
Yes, sir. All praises due to Allah. Now I can say I know one person. See?
I've,
Okay.
I've done it.
That's
Okay, I
right,
know
brother
two
Aaron.
people. See how good correction is? Yes. So, Brother Eric, with that being said, and you in school, what is your studying process like? If you don't
um,
mind telling us.
okay. Mainly I study by myself in my room. Not really in my room, but in my kitchen area. Like the way my apartment is my kitchen and um kitchen. I guess what you call this, like the I don't know really know how to describe it. But I have my laptop most of the time and all of my notes from class, and I got a lot of books. So that's kind of how I study. But I study a lot of things all at once. Sometimes it seems like it's a lot, but I try to I try to remember most of it most of the time. So
Oh, praise to Allah. Anybody else?
Well, as far as me, my way of learning, I know I have to, if I go over it once, I got to go over it twice. I may have to go over it 3 times, maybe 4 times. I may even have to hear it when I'm in the car if it's audio. That's the way I learn. I know I just can't look at something and give my opinion of it the first time. It doesn't work that way for me. So, um, if I had a test, I know I have to prepare for that test over and over and over again. I'm not one of them that get it the first time. And that's my way of learning.
No doubt. And that's key because some people, like, I can read and get it. Somebody, like, say, might listen to audio and get it. Some
Yeah,
people are hands-on. So there's many
yeah.
ways to learn it. Now, hands-on, I might have to do it a couple of times or I just make up what I'm doing. Because I can build something, uh, Sister Lee, don't say nothing either. I can build something at the house because now I got these wood, and I was building a platform. And she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm
Mm,
building a platform." And I struggle, but I got my platform. It might not be what somebody else like, but it's my platform. And I was
yeah.
trying to watch YouTube videos, and do it. But that hands-on, man, I
Mhm.
was bending nails and everything. Anybody else? I'm gonna pull a brother Jess. Don't stop. Let me start calling names. Yes, sir. I got somebody that's an iPhone. And it's just iPhone. Would you like to introduce yourself? Leave a chat. Just type something in the chat. Be like, yo, this me. It's me. I'm iPhone. But comprehensions, seeking meanings. I see Sister Michelle had mentioned when you get to a word you don't know, to go look it up. I was at a Bible study in the church, and one of the ladies was reading, and she was like, I don't know this word. And the pastor told her, when I get to a word I don't know, I just say big word and keep going. Now, really? You do that? And so afterwards, I asked him about it. He was like, well, you right, but they ain't gonna go look it up in the dictionary, especially if you tell them you don't look it up yourself.
Yeah.
And so knowing, seeking to be able to comprehend, and that's where patience come in. Studying requires a lot of patience. In the Quran, Moses wanted to travel with the wise men. So he was learning a lot stuff through hands-on and visual, dealing with the wise men, but he wasn't patient. And so when we are studying, we have to be patient with ourselves, which is key. Not only being patient in the classroom or at a study circle, but are you patient with yourself? Do you have enough discipline to be patient with who you are in yourself? Why does comprehension key to study? They have a show called Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Fifth grader. Mhm.
And some of us, if we go up against a fifth grader, we done. We done. And
Yes.
so, because they're teaching the fifth graders early how to comprehend. And so they're dealing with comprehension skills. We as adults, sometimes we don't feel that we need it. We think we comprehend it. But then when it's time to manifest what we supposed to know, because if a person is not don't comprehend it, because when it's time to apply it,
And
they're not able to apply what they study. And so when it comes to the teachings in the Nation of Islam, we got the books. We got one of the key books is Message to the Black Man. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has an economic program, and he tells us how to start businesses and pull our resources and everything. But do we do it? No, because we can't comprehend that. Maybe a few of us. Let me say that because I don't want to say, hey, I do it. Ain't that right, do for self? He ain't unmuted himself yet. Yes, hold
I'm
on, do
like,
for self. Walaikum salam.
what you say, brother?
No, I said if someone don't comprehend the Duke for economic program, I said, well, let me not say that because somebody be like, hey brother, I do it. I said, ain't that right, Duke for self.
Oh, yes, sir, brother. That's one of the things I try to do when it comes to studying. I should have commented on that. I was just getting in the house a little bit, trying
Yes,
to get
sir. Praise good
situated. But
Allah.
the way I study, it's always from me trying to do better.
Yes, sir.
And coming into the teachings, I really never knew how to study, like I guess like academic study. So coming from the walk of life that I came from, it took a different type of studying. So
Yes.
once I got into the teachings, now I began to learn to marry that on to reading and studying. And it got so beautiful because now I can't really study. I don't really study well when it comes to actually, when you're speaking of studying in the reading sense, it's happening between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. most of the times. That's when the real studying happens for me.
Oh,
And
praise
it ain't
Allah.
like it's not like I'm really I'm studying and listening. And it's so beautiful because I never really understand what I'm studying. And I was kind of taught that way when I got into teachings, is to never think I know what I think I learned. And I heard the minister say one time, and I'm gonna stop talking. I heard the minister say one time, it was in How to Make a New Man. I had wrote the little note down. I was going put on a new man, August the 22nd,
Okay.
2010. 2010. And he said, one of the things we have to fight is the arrogance that comes with knowing.
Yes, sir.
And studying, you knowing or you gaining knowledge. And it's a dangerous thing studying because you become arrogant just by knowing, and you might be unaware. So if you're not
Right.
constantly self-improving and trying to fight it off, and I think the best way to fight it off is to start applying immediately what you have studied, so it can show you how stupid you are and how patient you have to be, because you get up off study and you're high, and now you go into a reality world that doesn't move that fast.
Right.
So if you really ain't, it's gonna make sure you really comprehending by degrees that you're getting it, so you can start that business, so you can have that beautiful marriage with your wife, so you can understand your children, and you can have this beautiful life that the teaching promises. But it's a very slow, painful process. And
Yes, sir.
I really enjoy studying this way. Some like
Walaikum salam. Appreciate that, brother. And because since you deal with economics and stuff, we might need you on the cipher, building with us, teaching us how to get in that mindset. See, that's what the cipher's about. You used to be like, Brother Mike, I wanna do my thing next Tuesday. And I'll be like, yes, sir. When they come on, we're gonna open up and you teach us how to do for self. What causes you to do for self? All of
no,
us say
no,
what, sir?
sir, no, sir.
And what about we get together and you give the information to me and I be the mouthpiece.
Yes, sir.
We all praises due to Allah. And see, that's what it's all about. It's not about, hey, brother Michael or brother Jesse getting all the information. You know something in your area. You know something that you understand and you do that, hey, everybody can get up at that rostrum, but they got the knowledge. And so, all my brother's keeper, all my sister keeper, if you got something, say, look, I want you to touch on this here. Let me shoot you this right here. Boom, boom. I'll get on here and I'll break it down. See, the minister has a council around him, and he have research teams and everything. So if you think the minister just get up and just pulling stuff out the air, no, he studies. Master Farad Muhammad studied for how long, brother
20
Ed?
years. Uh,
All his life, I would think.
It was a
for
certain number. I
his
was trying to remember
mission.
the number. Was it? I thought it was like 40 something years, but
42 years, Brother
yes,
Jesse.
42. Yeah.
Yes. He had to study for his mission. And so the picture that we see him, Master Muhammad, he's holding a book because that represents studying. And so this is what the cipher is about. The cipher is about how can we come together and study? How can we come together and help build each other? So we'll be coming from different materials that the Nation of Islam had and some material that the Nation of Islam might not present that we can use. Dianetics, uh, there are other books out there that the nation even recommend, right? What the Muslim want, what the Muslims believe. We got it on the back of the papers, but someone don't even have an idea. Or we don't understand, well, why would the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say this? And you'll be like, yeah, what the Muslim believe, and you really don't believe that.
Right, right.
Point number 12. And then you start asking, well, how is Master Muhammad the Messiah and how he the longer way? And I thought you said Honorable Elijah Muhammad was this. And so you ain't comprehending it. And so this is what the cipher is about. If you got any questions, even after you get off the call or go back and watch the replay, if you got send a text or email or something and say, I watched it and I didn't get this part. And we can address that at the next cipher. But one thing about me, I ain't gonna be on here like, well, what I'm saying, we gonna do it or 2 hours. No, if ain't nobody got nothing to say, I'm done. Anybody got any closing remarks, anything? Let me know what you thought about the class, what I need to work on in my presentation, Brother Jesse.
Comment on you used the word comprehensive.
Yes, sir.
That's important, especially for the cipher and understanding, because to comprehend is not your understanding. A lot of people in the past and still now said the Minister Farrakhan has changed direction. He's doing his own thing. He's not following the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But he don't directly respond to them. He responds to the situation. And he said, you don't have a comprehensive knowledge.
Right.
So when Moses is walking with the wise man, nobody said Moses wasn't wrong in his analysis.
Right.
Why did you kill that little boy? Now, the actual fact is he did kill a little boy, but he didn't have a comprehensive knowledge. What he felt was actual fact was based off his own knowledge. He was missing something. So the cipher is important because remember, your knowledge may not necessarily be somebody else's understanding. So that comprehensive knowledge is to confer yourself and say, this is what I see. Tell me what you see. Why? So we can combine and get a clear understanding. So if you have people in the Nation of Islam or used to be in the nation say he has changed direction. That's not having a comprehensive understanding. Why? Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us a understanding. And he said, this man here sitting in my seat. Where he say go, go. Where he say stay from. You listen to him. Yeah, but how do you get from that to he changed direction? Minister Farrakhan has the permission to go in the direction that he see fit. Yeah, but that's
right.
Not having a comprehensive understanding. That don't make you wrong, but you have to be patient, like Brother Mike said, with yourself in order to be open to receive other information that will give you a comprehensive understanding. And my comment on you, brother, you did very well tonight, brother.
Oh, praise
In
the
my
Lord.
mind, I'm writing it down. I'm taking notes on
Yes,
what you
sir.
did and what you didn't do. And
Yes,
I'll
sir.
be here with you,
I'll
brother.
be waiting on the call in the morning.
No, you did
Yes, sir.
good, brother. And I
Yes,
pray that
sir.
the Lord will continue to bless you, brother,
Yes, sir.
in
All
the
praise to the
direction
Absolutely.
Lord.
that He has chose
Yeah.
you to go in.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
thing, man, to
Yes,
see
sir.
anybody decide to do for self.
That's right.
Yes,
So
sir.
all praise due to Allah to you, brother.
All praise due to Allah. Master
That's right.
Muhammad. Anybody else got any comments, questions?
Yeah.
Well, I'm ending with this here because Brother Jesse say your right is based on how you were brought out, how your understanding based on how you was taught. So in the classroom, the teacher asked the little girl, Sally, how do you spell cow? Sally said cow, C-O-W. She asked the little boy named Johnny, how do you spell dog? He said dog, D-O-G. He asked the little black boy, Quan, how do you spell calculator? Quan thought about it. He said calculator. He said Quuelater. She said, Quan, that is wrong. He said, no, it ain't. She said, Quan, that is wrong. That ain't how you spell calculator. He said, that's you asked me how do I spell calculator. That's how I spell calculator. You didn't ask me how calculator is supposed to be
Yeah,
spelled.
yeah, yeah.
Right, right.
And so everybody got their own understanding. And when you ask people how do they see something, they can't be wrong based on how they see it because that's their understanding. And
That's
so
right.
we have to be patient with them and say, well, let me reach out to them and maybe I could tell them my understanding and they can look into what I'm saying and
Mhm.
then make a decision like, okay, because that child that tell you the sky is orange, his daddy might have been colorblind.
Right.
And so he came up all his life before he hit school being taught that the sky is orange. So cause to the effect. We got to be patient with each other and like I say, and correct each other in love and try to gain an understanding how each one of us deal and build with each other. That's what the cipher is about. A cipher is a whole, but it's also 360 degrees. A cipher is a circle. It's something that's nothing, but it's how you look into it. Always know and understand that a square and a circle do not have the same shape, but yet they have the same value. And that's all of us. Assalamu alaikum. Brother Jesse, will you close us out in prayer?
Yes, sir. Prayer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. Master of the day of judgment in which we now live. He alone we serve. He alone we beseech for thy aid. Guide us along the right path. Path of those whom has favors, not the path of those whom our wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after hearing our teachings. I mean,
Mean.
we are taught
Brothers
in life.
greet the brothers.
Amen.
Go
We are
ahead. Go
taught,
ahead, Brother Jesse.
All
we are
right.
taught in life to never be the aggressors. But when aggressed upon, come together like a solid brick wall and we fight with those who fight. And Allah promises that if we fight in His name, we will be victorious. So, on behalf of Brother Mike, brothers, greet your brothers, sisters, greet your sisters. Allahu Akbar.
Allah.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu
Assalamu
Akbar.
Assalamu
alaikum.
alaikum,
Assalamu
sisters.
alaikum.
Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum, brothers.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Nice to meet everyone. Have a good week.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Alaikum.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Brother Chad.
Beautiful to see you, brother.
Okay. I'm trying to stop the recording.